So, My Hero Academia Season 3, man. Episode, what, 47, I believe. Right around there. This episode, from start to finish, was absolutely amazing. I mean, where to begin? You know, just where to freaking begin with this episode, because there's just so much good stuff to talk about. And, I mean, of course, Almight is the central point of this episode. And, you know, I gotta say something, man. The moment he entered this fray, his entrance is just badass, and it carried so much weight alone to see All Might get pushed back. All Might get overpowered a little bit, given he was reserving himself, sure, but the fact that he had someone that was on very close to equal footing to him is something that's very, you know, I guess crazy to see, since we've seen how overly powerful he is per se. The way he's been, you know, just introduced throughout the series has been magnificent, and to see this really carried some weight, to see that someone is on equal footing with him. So, hopping into the end, let's just go to the end. Let's start right there, since we're talking about All Might right now. And that punch at the end to All for One was a punch to really essentially kill. You could tell by the way he punched. You could tell by the way his face was scrunched up. That would have killed someone else. That was to kill. And now, especially, you know, that carries a lot of weight, because especially now, it's like, I need to fight to kill you. It's basically, I need to fight to kill you, because the secret's out. He knows about the last successor, All Might's master, sensei, whatever you want to call it, senpai, whatever you wish to call it. He knows it. He's like the last successor. Was it Nana Shimura? And you see All Might just kind of like, oh shit, holy crap. You know, his eyes are just like twitching. It's like he knows the secret. He knows that All for One gets, you know, One for All gets passed down. And that's something that, of course, you know, All Might's been hiding. And it's crazy to think about that, because his brother, you know, the original One for All per se was what? All for One's brother, right? I mean, that's what All Might stated. And the fact that he kept it a secret even then, that's crazy to think about. And the biggest thing about that is, if he knows that now, he can give that information out. He can give it to the villains. That's huge. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got to think about how do you give the quirk? And if they find that out, they'll just go for All Might's DNA and eat it. You know what I mean? They will intentionally try to get some of his DNA. And, yeah. So that's something that you really got to think about. And that's something that's crazy. And now it's a battle to the death, as far as I'm concerned. He needs to be taken down. He has to be taken down. Because I believe the only other person that knows about All Might's secret, I believe is the principal. I know it's a detective guy. The detective guy is his best friend. I think the principal knows, too, about the passing of the quirk. I can't remember exactly, but if not, that's fine. I mean, it's not like I'm just ruining the video or something by saying that. I'm pretty sure the principal knows, too. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think the principal and his best friend, right? So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong about the principal, but I know it's the best friend detective dude that does know. So, other than that, though, you know, there's a lot of things with the students here I want to talk about in this episode, and that's the simple fact that to see them actually move, you know, and face adversity, like, this is the craziest moment of their life. This blows Stain out of the water. I mean, you are going up against someone that is on equal footing to All Might, you know, or at least holding their own against him. Compared to Stain, he would have been blown out of the water by All Might at the end of the day. And then we have, of course, them thinking, okay, look, this is what happened before we did this stuff. We almost got in trouble. We can't fight, so we got to find a way around that. And what that shows is, oh my gosh, whenever they're in the fray, whenever they are in the heat of the moment, they can think mentally still, even though they're pissed scared, you know what I mean? So that's something that's huge, and it characterizes their characters per se. It shows their features. It explains how good of heroes they are now, I would say even, and are soon to become. And that's something that's crucial, and I think that carries a lot of weight, and I don't know if a lot of people really, you know, kind of caught on to that. That's great writing. That is, you know, that's crazy writing. I mean, All Might's even caught off guard by it. He even said, I did not think Deku was going to come here after the thing with Stain and that, you know, and Hosu. And that's something that's crazy to think about too, for All Might to think that. It's just kind of like, it's like, wow, the sensei did not think the student, the one that's supposed to be the next big thing, the next One for All quirk user and or successor, wasn't going to come. And he saw that his body, you know, the reason he gave him the quirk, in the beginning was because he saw his body move, just react. And that's something that's crucial. I mean, and once again, he finally did it. And this time he didn't just react. He strategically reacted. He thought about it. He almost did. And that shows that they're there for each other and the future's bright, because these kids are doing hero things whenever it's not even their time to truly be a hero, but yet they're already heroes and building that chemistry. And they'll be far better chemistry than even the heroes now. But at the same time, I do kind of gotta, I guess, to Deku's horn once again, a little bit more. Whenever he's like, all right, this plan, when we're devising, we're making it up, it has to be like Kiminari. You have to be the one. You have to be the one that saves Bakugo, right? You have to be that person that saves Bakugo because you guys have actually built up a relationship to where like you respect one another, and it shows. It shows that Deku has been very, very perceptive. He has been paying attention. His awareness has really come into play, and that's something that's one of the reasons why he's good to fight. He's a really good fighter because he's able to read a situation, read how moves, and calculate moves and stuff like that. But if you can not just calculate things physically but mentally, then you're golden. And that's one thing I could say about Deku and why he's to be far better than All Might. Not just because, of course, One for All is a quirk that gets stronger each time it gets passed down. No, because he's someone who's smarter than All Might. It's that plain and simple. He's someone who is smarter than a lot of the heroes. Look at the ideas he comes up with. Even All Might was caught off by this idea. It's because he's so fucking smart. He's a genius in terms of being a hero. He's a hero genius when it comes to putting, a strategist. But he's also someone who's just out of this world powerful. And you put those two things together, you put together the mental part of the game, you put together the physical part of the game. Think about sports, you put them both together, then those are probably the superstars in the league. And that's exactly what Dicky's going to be. And that's cool to see. I mean, that's really cool to see. And that alone is one of the reasons why he's going to surpass All Might a lot, because he's so damn smart. And of course, this episode is more of a situational thing, but even in terms of battle, he's a genius. We've seen it. We've seen the way he fights. We've seen it. We've seen wherever he could only use one attack at a time for each limb, and he came through every time. I mean, that just shows how smart he is and how diligent he is and focused he is during a fight, right? He really studies his opponent. He really studies the situation. And yeah, maybe he needed a little help from Ida saying, don't react yet. But guess what? He still figured it out at the end of the day. And whenever they had 6 villains in front of him and the strongest villain in the world in front of him. So, other than that, though, guys, be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, X25. What did you guys think? Next episode's going to be crazy. Cannot wait to learn more about All Might's past. I'm fucking ready, baby.